All right, we've been talking about this morning. The Toronto Zoo investigating after one of its orangutans managed to get into an area outside of its new outdoor habitat. Grant Furness is the Director of Wildlife Care at the Toronto Zoo. Joins us this morning with more on this. Grant, good to talk to you because a lot of us have been sort of curious in the newsroom about sort of how Kembali was able to get out. Was this a potentially dangerous situation?
So Kembali, let me start off by saying a huge thanks to all our guests, visitors and staff, volunteers, because we really did have the best possible outcome that we could have had, getting Kembali back safe and sound and nobody hurt or injured. Orangutans are super smart animals. We rely on some of the best practices out there, all the different zoos internationally, and these animals sometimes figure things out that we're not really aware of. This particular case, we're still investigating. We're still not really 100% sure how he got out. Relying now on guests, visitor footage, video footage, or pictures, and we'll hopefully be able to put the puzzle together and figure it out.
I mean, obviously, orangutans are really good climbers, Grant, and you talked about, asking for guest footage. You, of course, also have video cameras in the habitat. Sounds to me like maybe you haven't seen any of that footage yet. Do you know when the zoo will be able to start looking at that, or has that part already started as well?
Yeah, we've started reviewing the footage, so still quite a bit to get through until we can make a really conclusive decision. So we really are hoping that some of the guest or visitor footage that we get is going to help us make a really conclusive, evidence-based decision on exactly how he managed to get past that second perimeter.
And Grant, we also heard, that police were called in as a sort of, I guess worst case scenario kind of backup situation. That must be part of the protocol. What are the protocols if and when things like this happen with animals at the zoo?
So anytime we have what we call a 1098 here, or a dangerous animal escape, we do revert to a health and safety policy. And part of that policy is a phone call to 911. So we do get the police involved and staged, ready to intervene if we need them. We do have a very well-trained team on site here, though. We run drills regularly. We are part of the AZA, which is the Association of Zoos and Aquariums accreditation program, which means we are the gold standard. So our team is very, very well trained, and I'm very happy to say because of all that training, we had the outcome that we've got.
I think the openness of the Toronto Zoo has to be commended. The fact that you're talking about this and explaining in such detail how you're doing this is important, Grant. The question is, a lot of people may be heading out to the zoo over the long weekend. Can they still get into that habitat? Will they be able to see the orangutans?
You will still be able to see orangutans, and it'll most likely be on the indoor habitat. We will close down the outdoor habitat for a full risk assessment and review. And until we've actually figured out how he managed to breach it, that habitat will remain closed. But please, I encourage folks to come along. You'll still be able to see our orangutans. We'll just have to try and figure out what they're figuring out there before we can open up for them again. The idea is to get them back out there as soon as we can, though.
Okay, really important conversation. I appreciate this. Grant Furness is the Director of Wildlife at the Toronto Zoo. Great to talk to you. Appreciate you answering these questions this morning. Thanks so much.
More than welcome.